Y'all, let's make some jalapeno poppers, and it's not gonna be the ones from Jack in the Box. So we're gonna need, of course, some eggs, some flour, breadcrumbs, plain, because we're gonna season it ourselves. You want to get some pickled whole jalapenos, some Creole seasoning. This is my favorite, so the master salt, garlic, sea salt, and butter. My favorite Mrs. Dash table blend, the Velveeta cheese sauce, a little bit of cream cheese, and the Velveeta shreds. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, so the first thing we need to get started on is making our filling for our poppers. So the main base is going to be cream cheese. Disclaimer, I hate cream cheese jalapeno poppers, but it's not going to taste like cream cheese. It's going to taste like the cheddar. So I have softened my cream cheese. It's an 8-ounce pack, and I am just smoothing it out because I am going to make it cheesier. So I'm going to take my Velveeta pouch, and I'm just going to squeeze that entire pouch in there. You only need a little. You don't need a lot unless you want to make a lot, because this recipe you can freeze. You can make a lot in the beginning and freeze it in the end, so it'll be ready to go just anytime you are craving some jalapeno poppers, similar to the ones that, you know, be in the grocery stores, but this is better. So right now I'm just going to mix in the cream cheese and the Velveeta. Now this is where the muscle comes in, so I'll let you guys watch me struggle, and once I have it all incorporated, I'll show you. Let's. Alright guys, now that I struggled trying to mix my cheese, I'm going to flavor my cheese because I don't want to just taste cheese. I want it to have some seasoning to it. So we all know that that cheese is very salty, so I'm going to use a salt-free seasoning. This is the table blend of Miss Dash. If you don't have this in your cabinet, please get it. It's like the best seasoning ever. I even added to ramen noodles. It's so good. So yeah, I'm just going to add enough so that you can taste it when I mix it, and then I'm going to go ahead and incorporate that. All right, so we have our mixture. We're going to now set this to the side, and we're going to work on our jalapenos. Okay guys, so we're going to get started on our jalapeno poppers. So I just pulled all of the jalapenos out of the can. It comes with like carrots and onions and seasonings in it. You don't need those, but just make sure that they're whole jalapenos, not the sliced or diced. So what I'm going to do is push some of these to the side, and we're going to cut these in half. So the first thing you want to do is take off the top of the jalapeno, because we don't need that. And then I just like to hold up the jalapeno and slice it to try to make it as even as possible. So it comes out looking like that when it's halved. I have an empty plate on the side, and what I'm going to do is just de-seed the jalapeno. So I'm just taking my knife, taking out the seeds and the filling of it, and once you do that, it should look something like that. So you see how easy that was? So it started off looking like this, and then after I took out the seeds, it looks like this. So I'm just going to work on all of my jalapenos, and you should do the same, and I'll see you once I'm done. Okay guys, so all of the jalapenos are deveined and seedless. I have pat them dry with a paper towel. Now I'm going to take my cheese mixture, and I'm going to start stuffing the jalapenos. So It's not a hard process, it's just a little tedious. So what I like to do is take the jalapeno, take a piece of the cheese that I just grabbed, and I like to just form it around the jalapeno. I'll show you what I mean by that. Not too much, just enough. You want the cheese to fill it, but just remember, then when you bite into this, the cheese does squirt out. So this is what it looks like. Let me let it focus. There you go. Looks like this. Jalapeno on the back, cheese on top, and we're going to set this aside, and we're going to do all of the jalapenos like that. Okay guys, so I have lined a baking sheet with parchment paper after all of the jalapenos are filled, and then I sprinkled some of that Miss Dash seasoning on top, just because when you bite into it, I want you to be able to taste it. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and pop it in our freezer for about 3 hours, and then we'll start breading our jalapeno poppers. All right, you guys, it's been about 3 to 4 hours, I guess. I have my frozen jalapeno poppers. I went ahead and I seasoned my flour already. I've seasoned my breadcrumbs, and then I just have 3 beaten eggs in there. And what I did to season it, I used my Creole seasoning. I used the Mrs. Dash table blend, and then I also used my Kinder seasoning, and that's all. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our poppers. We're going to dip it in the flour. Just making sure you have it all coated like that. Dipping in the egg. Take it out. And then you can't see it, but I'm dipping it in the breadcrumb mixture. And that's all. And we're going to do 2 coats of that. So this is 1 coat. And we're going to start over. Flour. The egg, and breadcrumbs. After doing 2 coats, you should be fine. And then I'm just going to take the same pan that I used to freeze the uncoated jalapeno poppers, and I'm just going to set the finished one in the pan. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to continue the rest. So let's go. All right, y'all, so we have breaded all of our jalapeno poppers. Now we're just going to go ahead and throw those in the freezer. You can do it overnight, or you can just do it for maybe 1 to 2 hours, and then you can fry them. So I will see you guys at the fryer. Okay guys, so our jalapeno poppers are frozen. You can hear how frozen they are. I have some grease warming up, so we're going to go ahead and cook those so that we can get them nice golden brown. So let's go ahead and head over to the stove. So as I stated before, the jalapeno poppers can be just kept in your freezer until you think it's time for you to eat them. I'm only going to cook 6 of them right now because I don't want to eat all of these. Like, that's way too many. So I'm just going to cook the amount that I think is feasible, and I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the grease, and I'm going to let them go ahead and start cooking up. Now, as you can see, the grease is not that hot, and that's because I want to give it time for the inside to melt a little bit before, you know, it starts to crisp up. So it's going to get higher, so just watch the process, and I'll be back once it's finished. All right, I have plated all 6 of my jalapeno poppers. I have some ranch on the side, let's go ahead and dig into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bon appetit.